One question I get asked a lot is what is the best AI tool to create a presentation? And while there are third party tools that you can use to create presentations for your classroom, with a new update to Gemini, you can do it right in the Gemini app. We're going to use a portion of the Gemini app called Canvas and create a Google Slides presentation that you can then edit and change and make sure it fits your needs before you give the presentation. So let's go ahead and switch over to Gemini. And in Gemini, we are going to select Canvas. I have a document that has some information about what we have been studying that I'm going to add. And I'm just going to keep it simple and I'm going to tell Gemini to create a presentation for third grade. Now, if you have a learning target or a standard, you could also include that. But I'm going to keep it simple and we'll go ahead and submit that. Now, because it's creating a presentation, it is going to take Gemini longer to respond to this prompt than it would if you were just doing a Gemini chat. So as Gemini works, you will see what it is doing. It's going to kind of tell you what stage it's in as far as developing the presentation. And again, it will take a few minutes in order for Gemini to create this presentation. And once Gemini gets close to creating the presentation, it's going to open up a pane on the right side called the canvas. And this is where the presentation will be shown to you. Now with Canvas, it's like you're building a document and making changes to it before you export it to another source. In this case, we'll be able to export this to slides, but we'll be able to see the slides before we export it. And if we have any changes we want to make, we can ask Gemini to make those changes. So here is the slide deck that Gemini has created for us. We can navigate through the slides. We'll see that Gemini has added some text and some images on certain slides. We've got 13 slides in total. And again, this information is coming from the source document that I uploaded. At the end, Gemini does include sources of where the pictures came from. But what we're going to do now is we're going to export it to slides. Now, once we get it into slides, we will then be able to make changes because remember, Gemini can make mistakes. So it's important that we review all of this information to make sure that it is accurate, that it is correct before we actually give the presentation to students. And we'll go ahead and open the slides. And here's the presentation. Now that it is in slides, you will see that you can edit any of the information in the slides and make changes to it. Again, always review the output that Gemini has created because it can make mistakes. So to create a presentation using Gemini is an option if you need a quick presentation.